Paperboy News here to deliver y'all that daily report. Now, if you guys can recall that video I just dropped a couple days ago, Break Baby was on No Jumper talking ish about Smacc, and he said he doesn't know why Smacc and them was talking ish about him getting choked by P Nice when Smacc said out of his own mouth that if anybody touches him the way that they did Break Baby, they'll be unalived. Now, Break Baby said he was cool with T-Rail and Smacc and them up until the point where they kept inviting his ops over there and kept asking questions involving him. And Break Baby was thinking, like, if y'all gonna keep talking this about me as well as my boss slash best friend Adam 22, then I'm gonna do the same thing. And then he drops the footage. Now in that footage, Smacc was chilling with his motorcycle homies. And I don't know what happened, but he got into an altercation with another dude. And the other dude basically responded back. Because remember, at that time, Smacc was in a wheelchair. Smacc stood up to him and he basically sat him back down. Then Break Baby plays another video clip of that same dude basically holding Smacc down and stripping him of his motorcycle vest. Now Smacc said on the day of that incident, he was at the club with a bunch of his homies getting faded. Now one of the dudes that Smacc got faded with was an older homie from Trouble Gangster Crip, but he said they always joke around with each other. But he said on this particular day, the big homie wasn't playing that. And he said the next thing he knows, the big homie's trying to snatch his vest off. That's when T-Rail revealed who that person was, and it was Smacc's big homie from 5-1 Troubles, who goes by the name Barney. Now Smacc said if you watch that video, I stand on what I said. And there ain't no man on this planet gonna smack me without paying the price or resting in peace. Now Milk Bean from 74 Hoover said he ain't gonna believe nobody saying something about his homie from 5-1 Troubles unless he sees the actual video clip. Now Milk said after watching that video, he doesn't know why Break Baby showed that video and why he's even trying to clown Smacc, because Smacc was on a wheelchair. And he said second of all, that's Smacc's OG homie and we don't even know what the situation was. But he said of all the people trying to clown Smacc for getting yoked up, Break Baby should have been the last one to do that, being that P Nice dropped a video clip of him doing the same thing to you, but y'all not even from the same set. And Milk said when Smacc got snatched up, he was in a wheelchair and he had problems with his foot, but he said when P Nice snatched you up, you were perfectly fine and you were able to walk, so why didn't you defend yourself? Now Milk said he ain't faulting Smacc on that situation because at the end of the day, that's his big homie from his set. But he said as far as Smacc getting into it with other people, he needs to stop taking L's online. And he said the first L he took online was when he came faded and interrupted one of these lives. And Tiny who's from Hoover, was on there, and he basically tried to throw money on him like a stripper, which resulted in Tiny basically bombing on him. And Milk said the second violation Smacc made was on 5-1 Trouble's Hood Day. Smacc goes live, showing the aftermath of his DP. Now Milk says Smacc got a lot of maturing to do, and he needs to figure out that the more he grows and builds his channel online, he's gonna have to figure out who to kick it with and who not to kick it with. I mean, I can even recall a while back, T-Rail even had a conversation with Smacc on Back on Fig, and he told them that it's cool to go back to your set, just don't go there every single day. And Milk told Smacc, you gotta be mindful, when you hanging around people, you gotta be a man and tell them that you can't play around with me like that. Because now that you got a name on social media, people's gonna try to get clout off of you. And anytime people feel like you getting marked out, they're gonna pull out their cameras and record you. And Milk said one thing about social media, they undefeated. And he said trolls on social media might look at that video, see Smacc getting snatched up like that, and be like, where's your homies at? Because nobody had your back. But in all actuality, nobody was gonna have Smacc's back because that's his G homie from 5-1 Troubles. Now Milk said that's the reason why he separated himself from his set, even though he's still from Hoover. Because he said people from the trenches are just not gonna look at you the same when you got money. And he told Smacc to avoid these situations from reoccurring in your life, he gotta cut certain people off. Now Milk ended it off by telling Smacc he gotta be careful out here because it's grimy out here in these Los Angeles streets. And jealousy and envy is a hell of a drug in the ghetto. And when people see you popping online and they still living in the trenches, if they can get you out the way, they will. And the whole time Smacc's thinking that that's his peoples and they love him, they could just be setting them up. Then Milk raises another question and he says who was the person that was behind the camera recording the whole thing? Was it Smacc's homie? Because Milk said we'll never know, because at these motorcycle clubs, there'll be a bunch of different type of gangs over there. But he said overall, Smacc didn't take no L, because at the end of the day, that's his big G homie from his set. But he said Break Baby on the other hand should be ashamed of himself, because he got choked online by his op. Now salutes up to Milk for dropping that solid content. And now that you guys heard everything, y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in that comment section. It's Paperboy Newsstand. Y'all be safe and stay dangerous out there. Gone.